Hey, I fell down the stairs. I literally missed three stairs, fell flat on this whole side of my body, and I really hurt. So we're just gonna do some stretchy, slow flow yoga. That's what I would call it. I wonder if I could also call this yoga for klutzes. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, let's get going. So, kind of stand on your mat. You can be seated if you want, but go ahead and stand. Bring your hands to prayer position and just start to arrive in your body. So align your feet hips distance apart and parallel so that your hip points stack over your knees, that stack over your ankles. Then balance your torso over your hips by pulling your floating ribs into your spine as you broaden your collarbones. Gently tilt your chin up and then lengthen through the back of your head. Bring your hands to prayer position in front of your heart. Slow, steady cycles of breath here. As you come to arrive on your mat, on your inhale, breathe in energy coming up through all four corners of your feet and radiate it out through the top of your head. On your exhale, exhale completely down into the center of your deep belly. And just let any tension or stress or maybe kind of thoughts that are invading your mind, just let them go with every exhale. Last big breath. Inhale, both arms overhead, and reach up strongly through your fingertips. So adjust your shirt if you need to, but pull those biceps next to your ears, then settle your shoulder blades down on your back, re-engage your arms to straight, and just continue that slight adjustment of your upper shoulder girdle. Inhale, lengthen up through all four sides of the waist. Drop your left hand towards the ground. Sweep it past your hips and your pelvis in front of you and kind of have it pointing towards your pinky toe of your right foot. Stretch your right arm into the air and over, coming into a really deep and beautiful side stretch. With every inhale, lengthen up to the sky through your fingertip. And with every exhale, stretch your bottom hand to the ground. So you're reaching your hands in two opposing directions to create a bit of traction. On your next inhale, rise up to center. Bring your left hand up to the ceiling and replug your shoulder blades onto your back, finding that really solid line of alignment from your fingertips all the way down through your shoulders, stacking your torso over your pelvis and root into the ground. Inhale for length. Exhale, sweep your right hand down and across your pelvis, reaching towards your left foot, pinky toe, stretching your left arm up into the air. Inhale for length, exhale, bend a little bit deeper. Really root your left foot into the ground as you reach to the sky with your left arm. Tuck your chin and gently roll your gaze past your bicep. Inhale up for length. Exhale, forward fold. Check back in with your feet. Realign them to that hips distance apart if you need to. Then just cross your arms and sway. You don't have to sway. You can just hang. Deep, even cycles of breathing. Inhale, almost to a halfway lift position, and then cross your arms in the other direction and hang or rock. Gently twist side to side. Starting to bring some mobility into the lower back, the hips, the hamstrings. Shake your head no. Oh, that feels so good. Like the best time where no feels good, I guess. Inhale, exhale as you shake your head. Yes. Continuing to just shrug and sigh away any tension. Okay, let your hands go. And now start to walk your fingertips forward, almost as if you're going to walk into a downward dog. But just keep your hands tented. I'm sorry, fingertips tented. And then find some length in the spine. As your hamstrings start to warm, you might be straightening your legs a little bit more. But as we're just getting our body loosened up today, you can even take some kind of pulses with gently bending your knees and straightening your legs just to build a little bit of dynamic stretch. Okay, walk your hands back towards your feet, bend your knees, hands to hips. Bring your head back up over your heart. Give yourself a little moment. Root into your feet and rise back up into Tadasana. Reconnect with your breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Again, you're creating this pillar of strength from your feet that root into the ground all the way up through the crown of your head and your fingertips that shine so pretty up to the sky. Inhale for length. Exhale, lower your arms to shoulder height as you twist to the right. Stay here. Take another inhale and exhale in this standing twist. Inhale, raise your arms overhead. Come back to center. Exhale. Inhale for length. Exhale, rotate to the left. Lower your arms to shoulder height and stay in the twist for another breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Come back to face the front short edge of your mat. Exhale, hands down, but bring them together behind your back. So if you interlace your hands, that's great. Draw your knuckles down towards the ground so you can feel your shoulder blades snuggling together and really the front heads of your shoulders kind of rolling and wrapping down. The next step is going to be touching elbows like this. This creates a similar shape in your front body, but is a bit more of an intense chest opener. And then the last stage is going to be bringing your hands into prayer position at your back heart. So whatever is proper, right alignment, feeling, and goodness in your shoulders today, go ahead and get that interlace, clasp, or hand mudra. And just stand in your beautiful Tadasana, opening up your front chest. Remember, nail these little floating ribs right here back as you broaden your collarbones wide. Inhale, exhale, let it all go. Gently let go of whatever is happening behind your back. Wiggle your fingertips forward. Great. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Grab a little bit of water if you need. Excuse me. Okay. Come to stand at the top of your mat. We are going to keep our feet on a hips distance stance. So you can bring your toes together. You don't need to if you don't want to. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips into a gentle forward fold. Inhale, lift your chest, create a parallel line with the floor. Halfway lift to prepare. Exhale, place your hands to the ground, step back into high plank, lower to chaturanga, flip your feet, and inhale into your upward dog. Exhale, squeeze your abdomen, float or roll over your toes into a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Root your index fingers into the ground, all four corners of your palm firmly gripping into the ground. Long, beautiful line from the tailbone all the way out through the crown of the head. Inhale, shift your weight forward, look to your hands, step to the top of your mat to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, root it into your feet, hands to hips. Bring your head over your heart. One breath. Exhale, root into your feet, rise up into Tadasana. Again, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips, gently bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift through the body. Create a beautiful parallel line from the crown of your head out through your tailbone. Exhale, place your hands, step your feet back, lower. Inhale, flip your feet, shine your heart forward. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. 5 beautiful cycles of breath. Wrap your upper arms towards your ears. Shine your biceps to the sky. Let go of a little tension. and that neck. Root down to rise up with your tailbone. Again, creating these beautiful lines. Inhale, shift your weight forward, look to your hands, step to the top of your mat to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, hands to hips, one breath with your head over heart. Exhale, root into your feet, rise up into Tadasana. Great job. Again, inhale, virahabdrasana. Exhale, uttanasana. Inhale, ardha uttanasana. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Oh gosh. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Oh gosh, this one's Adho Mukha Svanasana. The last one, upward facing dog. That's Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Good job, Leah. Inhale, shift forward, look at your hands. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Hands to hips, head over heart. Breathe. Rise up. Last time, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Oh, right. I'm like, oh God, what comes next? Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, look towards your hands, step to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, hands to hips. 1 breath with your head over your heart. Stand up, Tadasana. Okay. Let's step to the wide edge of our mat. Hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen up through all 4 sides of the body. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Gently bend your knees. Don't rock out your knees. And come almost into a halfway lift position, but in wide-legged forward fold, okay? Tented fingertips is super nice. Grab a block if you need it. Bring the floor higher. Place your left hand in the center of your mat, kind of below your heart center. Inhale your right hand forward in space. Exhale, right hand to the sky. Right chest to right foot. Actually, not right chest, but open your chest to your right foot. Now, once you do that, your hips might be a little wonk. So check back in with your hips, make them parallel, and continue to inhale for length. Exhale, open into the twist. Pull your left hip back. Gently exhale. Bring your right hand to the ground below your heart. Again, tented fingertips, block or flat. Inhale your left hand forward. Exhale, left hand to sky. Rotate to your left. Get your hip back flat. Inhale, exhale, hips. Inhale, 2 hands back to the ground. Now, wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands so that they're in a similar line with your feet. If you can bring your hands all the way to be flat on the floor, grip the floor with your fingertips. Inhale for length through all 4 sides of your waist. Exhale. Hinge at your hips. Tilt your gaze towards your navel, your little belly button. Squeeze your legs together as you lengthen your sit bones down. Gently bend your right leg, opening up a bit more through the groin on your left. Root into your right foot, bring your hips back up and exhale. Bend your left knee, opening the groin a bit more on the right. Inhale, kind of that halfway lift shape. Exhale, last time, into forward fold. Inhale, walk your hands back up to the center of the mat. Bend your knees and start to set up to a goddess shape, God shape, deity shape. Okay, and then, my little booty, more like my big booty. Tuck your booty down. Adjust your feet if you need to. And pull your knees back. So it's, again, this tension between sending your sitting bones down and pulling your knees back in space. And let's just hold. Sink if you can. Okay, inhale, rise up, face the short edge of your mat. Nice job. Shake out your legs if you need. Grab a little bit of water if you need. Okay. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back about 3 or 4 feet. Setting up for warrior one. Right foot directly perpendicular with the short edge of your mat. Left foot pointing towards the left corner of your mat. Root into your feet strongly and walk your hands up your thigh to your hips. Square off your hips to the front edge of your mat as much as you can. Protect your left knee and ankle by imagining a line from your hip point down through the top of your knee, down through your ankle. You want all of those joints pointing in the same direction. So yes, more classically, you'd have your toe pointing in. Well, this is how my hips are shaped. So that's how my toe has to point in order for my hips and all of the down ligaments, joints, etc. to function properly. Okay, shut up, Leah, sorry. Deepen your right knee, stack right knee over ankle. Beautiful line with back leg. From this base, raise your hands overhead. So as we practice the beginning in virahabdrasana or mountain pose with your hands over your head, you are pulling your biceps next to your ears, okay? But at the same time, you want to make sure you're not popping these front ribs out. So tuck your floating ribs towards your spine, broaden your collarbones, and then shine your heart forward. Beautiful. Inhale for length, straighten that right foot. Exhale, forward fold into a pyramid pose. You might want to move your foot forward a little bit more. You might not, no big deal. Inhale for length, exhale, forward fold. So now you can see I'm not doing that, and I suggest that you don't either. What I suggest is that you find this place where your fingertips can graze the ground. Come to tented fingertips and focus on what is happening in your side body. I know it sounds weird, but for me, when I am up on fingertips like this, I am curving my belly away from my thigh. So even though my belly touches my thigh, the sensation that I'm getting by coming up on fingertips is hollowing out that belly. So that's what you want. Even if you can pull your head down, you still want that suck in feeling, okay? So get the suck in feeling. Enjoy it. Imagine how sexy it is looking inside of your body. And then pull your right hip back into your pelvis. So again, bring that neutrality into your hips. So I don't know how well you can see this, maybe in a mirror, but you can see it's kind of natural to bring this hip forward because I'm stretching out and it's a deep stretch. Pull it back. Yeah, I think you can see that. Pull it back. Yeah, pull it back. Nice. Okay, we have had enough of pyramid, haven't we? Place your hands on the ground, root them, bend your right knee, swing, gently swing your right foot up into the air. Oh. Now do whatever you need to do in this three-legged dog. You might need to do a couple hip circles. You might want to roll your ankle out, squinch your little toes up, open up that hip. Just do whatever feels good. Then replace your foot back on the ground. Come forward and now lower all the way to the ground with me. Untuck your toes and come into baby cobra. Now, lift your hands off the ground. Eyes are down, okay? They're not like this. Like this, I'm aching my neck. Aching my neck is likely the wrong face, but it was aching. Okay, place your hands back on the ground. Push into a tabletop position, tuck your toes, and step your left foot forward. So we are setting up for warrior one on the left side. Again, check in. Oh gosh. Check in with your right hip, knee, and ankle. Find the alignment in your back leg that works for your hips. All of our hips are different. Okay. You got it. Your left knee stacked over your ankle. You've got your hip points pointing towards the front of the room as much as you can. You are pulling your floating ribs into your spine, and you are lengthening your collarbone wide. Okay. Oh, gorgeous. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. Inhale for length. Exhale. Place your hands on the ground, straighten your leg, coming into that pyramid pose again. So find that beautiful line from your tailbone all the way out through the front of your head. Pull in your belly. Give this sensation that it's not touching your thigh, even though it is. Pull your hip back. There's a lot of activation going on. Want me to make it even more confusing? Root deeply into the inner line of your left foot as you pull your right hip back. Nope, as you pull your left hip back. Okay, just keep breathing. Beautiful. Okay. Inhale, look forward, bend your left knee. Just step your right foot to meet your left, and then forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, hands to hips, head over heart. One breath. Root into your feet, stand up into Tadasana. Great job. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Left foot sets up, warrior one base. Again. Come into your warrior one. Beautiful. Wow. Come into a really nice warrior one. Okay. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Walk your left foot in. Move on a little bit. Inhale for length. Exhale, come forward. Okay. Now, drop, lower, allow, that's a better word, allow your right hand to come down and your left arm to come up. So open twist. In this pose, this twist, right here. You see that? It's kind of stupid, right? Like I'm just falling into my body, and where I'm feeling this is in the connective tissue of my hips because I have loose hips. Don't do that. Engage. Okay, side body. Oh, fuck. Here it is. Open twist. Okay, so I'm not doing this. I am inhale for length. And I am staying up here because my side body is working so much harder to pull and defy gravity. Okay. Exhale. Look at your right foot. Bring your left hand to tented. Inhale, right hand forward and up. Same thing. This, I mean, it works, right? It doesn't look great, but yeah, don't do this, okay? Inhale for length. Pull up through all four sides of your waist. Exhale, twist. Pull your right outer hip back. Twist. Exhale, hand to ground. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. And right foot up into the air. Strain that bad boy. Do what you need to do. Then place both feet onto the ground as though you're going into downward facing dog, but instead come forward to chaturanga and lower all the way to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, no hands. You are absolutely rooting down through your toes, all the way up through your pelvis to create this nice back bend. Exhale, lower your hands to the ground, push through tabletop into your downward facing dog, and then step your left foot forward to come into your warrior one. And then to come into your pyramid. So straighten your left leg, maybe step your right foot in a little bit. Hinge forward. Lower your left hand towards your left foot and raise your right hand towards the sky. Open twist. Pull out. Okay? Don't drop into your hips. Pull up and out. Breathe. Beautiful, lovely, long side body. Pull that left hip back. Exhale. Look at your foot. Lower your right hand to the ground. Inhale. Left arm up and paint the sky. Pull your left hip back. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist a little bit more. Pull your left hip back. Root into your feet to rise up through your fingertips and the crown of your head. Look towards your hands. Exhale. Bring your hands back to ground. Step your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, hands to hips, head over heart, one breath. Root into your feet and rise up into Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Bend your right knee. Rise up into warrior one. Straighten your right leg. Inhale up for length. Exhale, lower your arms. Interlace. And hinge forward up your waist. Now remember your options. You can interlace. You can gently touch elbows. You can also do the prayer mudra. Remember, you can step your left foot in a little bit, more stability. Whatever you're doing, remember, inhale for length. Root into your right big toe and inner line of your right foot as you pull your outer right hip back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root into your legs. Strongly lift your torso up. Release your hands from behind. Bend your front knee. Inhale up. Exhale. Hands to ground. Step back. Lower yourself all the way to the ground. Not place. Move your arms so that your hands are pointed back towards your toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Hold through the exhale. Inhale, lift your legs. Gently release. Replace your hands. Push through your tabletop up into a downward facing dog. Go ahead. Let's take a cycle of breath. And then step your left foot forward again to your warrior one. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Straighten your left leg. Maybe bring your right foot in a little bit forward. And then whatever interlace behind your hand, that's your choosing. So what that could be, it's totally different from what you did on the right side. Each side of our body is different. So again, you may clasp your hands. You might kind of touch your elbows, or you might come into that reverse prayer position. So I'm going to stay on elbows for the moment and see how it feels. I am rooting. No, I'm sorry. I root into the inner line of my left foot to feel really steady and stable. As I'm doing this, I pull my outer left hip back in. It creates this sense of adduction between the legs. We are squeezing our legs together to find stability. I'm going to transition my hands at this point. Inhale, always for length. Exhale, a little bit more into the fold. Inhale, bring your head over your heart and step to the top of your mat and just give your whole body a total shake out and let go. I'm sorry, take your feet as wide as your mat when you're facing towards the short edge of your mat and start swinging your hips towards the ground. We're coming into a squat Vinyasa. So as I was talking about with a lot of those side bending poses, I can just drop into my hips right here. That's not what I'm trying to do. So lift up, defy gravity, and push your elbows into your knees. Gently come to sit on your tush. Thread the needle. Ooh, that gets in my little bruise. Excuse me. Switch legs. Thread the needle. Now come to place your feet to touch. Virahabdrasana, cobbler's pose. So then wrap your hands around your toes and gently fold over, feeling some opening in your hip flexors and your outer hips. You can kind of rock side to side if you want. Grab some water. Oh, need more water. Okay. Extend your left foot. Cross your right foot over your left leg. Place your right foot outside of your left knee. Inhale up for length, all four sides of the waist. Wrap your left elbow around your right knee. Place your right hand behind you and find a gentle twist. Inhale, come back forward, switch legs, extend your right leg, pull your left knee towards you, place your left foot on the outside of your right ankle. Inhale up, all four sides of your waist, wrap your right elbow around your left knee, and place your left hand behind you, gentle twist. We're going to come one more time to Baddha, but this time instead of placing our hands on top of our feet, we're going to take our hands and put them underneath our shins and then clasp our feet. Scoot your bum a little bit further away, and then the stretch, you'll continue to feel it in your outer hips. Because our feet are further away from our pelvis, we'll feel it less in our hip flexors, but we can start to feel it in our upper body. So kind of widen your elbows into the backs of your knees and let your shoulder blades melt apart. And you bring a little bit of oxygen and stretch and flow into that part of your back body, which of course can be chronically full of stress. Okay, come to lay down on your back. Stay in a seated position if you want. And feel free to just, eke out any last poses you need for your body to be able to set your mind at ease and bring this practice to a close. Sometimes if you can't, it goes my spine. You can't get that last little stretch or that last little pose, it will be harder to calm your mind. Get you know my fear breath. So knock those out and then come to a comfortable seated position where you can bring a little bit of focus back into your breath. Hands down on the tops of your knees. Reconnect with your breath. 3 deep cycles of breath. The purpose of yoga is to calm the fluctuations of the mind. Pure and simple. Our practice can take many forms. Hot, slow, restorative, heating, energizing. And no matter what, the core purpose is to calm the fluctuations of the mind. Take note of the space that you created within yourself. This space is where you've shown up for you today. This space is where you've shown self-love and self-care for yourself today. And this space is a little bit quieter. It has fewer fluctuations. It offers stability, safety, and strength. Take this pocket of rest, calm, and peace with you. Keep it safe, and I'll see you again on the mat in the future. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.